welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am back after taking the longest break I've taken in about 7 years of being on YouTube. You guys know I got poorly. I just needed to recover. I came back a bit too soon after catching COVID. Who catches COVID in 2024? For the first time anyway. The COVID for me was probably the easiest part, but then of course it attacked my kidneys and I ended up in hospital and it was a whole thing. Then my back went. So I'll be honest, I've had better months, but I cannot complain. I cannot complain. I have had 4 years of pretty much good health since quitting my job in education, where I used to get sick all the time because those kids would be germy. But I'm mega grateful, and you guys, honestly, your support has meant everything. I definitely needed the break. My body needed the break. Without a shadow of a doubt, I have enjoyed being able to recover and not having to worry about work, because I know you guys were already behind me and supporting me. So I am back. This is the first video coming back. I'm so excited. So in this video, I am doing a bit of an Amazon haul, an unboxing. I ordered some bits like ages ago now. So I'm just going to show you some brand new molds that I got from Amazon, but also we're going to be making something as well in this video. It's not just an unboxing, and I hope that's okay for you guys. But yeah, I've got a few little exciting things coming up that I've never tried before. Yeah, a few little new things that I've been wanting to try for ages. But yay, I'm back, and thank you so much for your support. I've always worried about taking breaks on YouTube, and whilst I've got the most amazing group of friends in you guys, it's not you that I'm actually worried about. Like, I know that I am so lucky to have the gang that I have got here. I know that you guys are still gonna be there. You've already promised me you will be, but the problem is with the algorithm on this platform is that whenever there's a break in a regular schedule, the algorithm doesn't like it. So that's been my main concern, that taking this break is going to plummet my channel all the way back down, and videos won't get pushed out because the algorithm does not like people taking breaks on YouTube at all, especially when you've got a structured, scheduled upload like I did. That was my biggest fear. You guys aren't my biggest fear. I knew you'd still be here, but yeah, that's the reason I was quite apologetic for taking a break. And it's the algorithm. I hope it hasn't done me dirty, and I hope the break I took has not been too long. But yes, I hope you enjoy the video. I am back. I'm so excited to be back. Oh my god. The re-energized, the energy I've felt since being back and being in the craft room and filming has been next level excitement, and I guess I haven't felt that in a while. I've missed that feeling, and I never knew I'd lost it, but I definitely had somewhere along the line. But yeah, just being able to sit and create and craft, and it's been lovely to be back, and just fingers crossed that from here on in my health is as good as it's gonna get at 46. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks again. So before we crack on with the crafting, I'm just going to show you a few new bits and bobs that I got from Amazon here in the UK. Hopefully they'll be available globally, and I'll be able to link them below. The links might take me a while, but I will get there in the end. Sometimes linking things takes longer than the entire video itself. First up, we have got some stencils. Now, if you guys remember, a few months back I posted on my community tab that I'd got some frosted glass spray. Now, honestly, I'm really hoping this works, but I've wanted to try this for the longest time. I've actually used this frosted glass spray to put some like privacy screening on my craft room windows, because I can like see out of the window and directly across the street to the neighbours, and I didn't want them being able to see me, so I've used it on my window and it is beautiful. I've used it in previous videos here as well, like back in the early days. My plan is to use these gorgeous stencils. These are all botanicals and leafy palm leaves and like all of the yummy. My plan is to use it in resin, see how it does. Next up is a set of 3 pots. Now, These are gorgeous. I've been seeing these all over Instagram. They're very, very cut, like diamond cut edges. They've all got beautiful patterns inside, and they're all slightly different kind of shape. Now, I'm envisaging these with either resin or eco, but they'd be perfect for your little stems. You know, when you go and you buy little stems from like TK Maxx or The Range, like tiny little bunny tails or little pieces of, yeah, dried flowers. I think they'd look beautiful sitting on the sideboard or wherever you want to put them, really. Next up, I'm so excited for this one. So this is a silicone mold with lots of different pendants inside, and they're deep, like really deep. They're not just real shallow like a lot of the molds I have. But the beautiful thing about this mold is that it actually comes with its own set of closed bezels. So once you've created your piece in the silicone mold, you can then glue it into an open bezel, and Bob's your uncle, you've got yourself a nice necklace or keyring, whichever you prefer. Now, hindsight is a wonderful thing, but when I started really looking at it, I noticed that not every single cavity in this silicone mold does have a matching correspondent closed bezel. And it was the really large oval and the really large heart and the circle. I thought there's no bezels that are actually that big. So I guess the bezels don't match every single cavity, but the majority, you definitely have those open bezels there. And these open bezels, they're not open bezels at all. They're closed bezels, but I'm pretty sure you can buy them separately. So when you run out of bezels, you can still continue. Now, this mold here, you know, when you find a pebble on a beach that's really, really tactile and smooth, it's got the holes in, and people pick them up. Now, it is illegal here in the UK to take stones, pebbles, and rocks from beaches. So I'm not advocating that. But you put a rope through it and you've got an automatic necklace. This is what this mold reminds me of. I am a huge fan. This is what we're doing in today's video because I was super eager. I was like a little eager beaver to get this mold used. I love that aesthetic. I love jewellery that's got a hole right in the middle of it and you've got a nice rope kind of holding it together. I love that aesthetic. This mold here is the only words I've got for this mold is the Daniel Cooper mold. Like, let's be honest, like I honestly feel like it might not be the exact one he's got because this feels quite small and the ones in Daniel's videos look really big. So I'm not sure it's the identical one, but the Daniel Cooper mold. I've wanted this for ages, just to do a lot of smaller work and see how I get on with it. And the final thing I bought 10 years after everybody else on the planet who does resin. These are 3D multi-layered buildable stickers for, you know, fish. They are basically fish. There's a few lily pads in there as well and flowers and really beautiful. Now, I'm not gonna lie, even the thought of doing this video here is gonna be long. It's gonna be a 2, 3, 4, 5 day process because each sticker pack comes with multiple layers of the fish. So yeah, I've never done anything like it, but you basically layer up the resin. You put the first sticker, is it the first sticker or the bottom sticker? You put the biggest sticker at the bottom and then you pour more resin and then you put the next sticker. Then you pour more resin and you put the next sticker. Now, if there's only 3, that's it, you're done. But like this one, there's 4 layers. So yeah, you basically build up the resin to make it look like a 3D fish swinging. No, they're not swinging, are they, Claire? They're not swinging. Swimming around in water. I have honestly, since starting resin, wanted to try these, and I've only just years later purchased some. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But they are definitely going to be a 3 to 4 to 5 day working video. So it's gonna be a while until we see that. Now, right now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't got a specific theme. I'm not in the middle of a theme. If you guys know me and you follow me, you'll know I always stick to spring, summer, autumn, winter, Halloween, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's. I always have a set theme. Right now, I'm going off list. I've had such a long break. I just want to do what I want to do and not think about setting a theme. So first up, we've got this silicone mold. Now, like I said, I'm just in love with the aesthetic of a piece of jewellery that's got a hole straight through the middle of it, which is why this really appealed to me. It also could work as like miniature donuts. They basically are miniature donuts, but the makeup of this mold is that the edges come up and over, creating rounded edges as well, which is gorgeous. So you guys know I'm gonna have to use mica powder on some of them, not all of them. And if you see here to the right hand side, I've got some tape covering up the other two lines, just because this powder, oof, anyone who's used mica powder in any form knows it flies away and it's super static. So I don't want any debris and interference in the other sections, the other cavities here. So I've just covered those up with the tape, and I'm going for the Tiny Turner's Inferno Chameleon powder. Now, I did get this from Wendy over at Toonfish Crafts. Again, this video is not about the product here that I'm using, it's about the silicone molds. But Wendy, following the video I did, Wendy did send me, she's amazing, another 2 pots of the Inferno, because she knows this is going to come out in autumn. But yeah, I'm just cleaning off the surface here just to ensure that there's no particular debris. And of course, we all know when we use mica or chameleon, shake off the excess or blow off the excess so it's not just getting everywhere. We all know that, and that's all I've ever done. Now, this is leftover resin, which made this project so simple and quick and easy for me to do, because I've been working on other projects as well. We've got some videos lined up. I'm so excited. This resin here was getting hotter and hotter by the minute, and I thought, if I don't use this now, it's gonna be a waste. We hate waste. So this, in effect, is a leftover resin project. And yeah, I've always said, if you make too much resin, always have a mold to hand and be ready to use it on something else, so that you're not just sitting there staring around like, oh my god, what can I use it for? What can I use it for? So 3 of these, as you saw, have been dusted with the chameleon, and then 3 are going to be plain black. At this point, the resin was gloopy, really thick and stodgy, and I was struggling to get it to pour out into the mold. I'm not gonna lie, it was very static as well. It was kind of flying everywhere. You can see the mess I'm making, but I'm not afraid of mess. I mean, what is a Claire's Crafty Corner video without mess? Do you know what I mean? I would feel a little bit lost if I didn't have chaos and mess in my videos. But yes, at this point, I decided it was going to be in my best interests to put the pot down and simply use my lollipop sticks, my wooden lollipop sticks, to feed each individual cavity with a little bit of resin. But you can see here how sticky it's getting. And I did, unfortunately, no detriment to the final piece, but I did overfill some of them, which did cover the silicone center for the hole. But again, I'll show you how I got around that. Really not an issue whatsoever. But yeah, it was, at this point, I didn't think I was gonna make it because the resin was going off in the silicone tub, the silicone pot. But it's all good, it all worked out, and I will spare you the details of sitting through this any longer, because whilst I was trying to be neat, that meant that it was taking ages, like ages and ages and ages, and no one needs to sit through that in real time. I want you guys here to the end, so I'm just gonna fast forward now and we'll come back. Next day, they are fully cured. Now you can see here what I mean by overfilling. I've lost the silicone in bit, the center, so there's no clear hole there, but that's fine, we can work through it and drill it out. Look at this, like, I am so in love with these, everything about them. They are really tactile pieces, and the fact that the silicone mold itself comes up and around like a curved edge, it's so tactile. Like, I don't know how many times I dropped these, but I had to edit out I had to edit out quite a lot of film. I just kept dropping them. They're just so smooth and beautiful to hold. It almost feels like you're not holding anything. So I just dropped one after the other after the other. But first thing I noticed was there were definitely some areas around the inside, around that circle in the middle, the hole. There were definitely a couple of minute, minuscule air pockets. Now, my thoughts were, because the resin was so thick at this point, it was really going off. Where the resin eventually met, coming around, they've all got a hole, every single one. So it's definitely something to bear in mind, keep an eye on, and use a silicone brush to get in there. Now, this one here had a mark on it. Now, like I said, I've had these molds kind of sitting around now for a couple weeks, and one of them actually was marked. So I don't know if I've personally done that or if it came like that. I don't know. But it's time to sort these ones out that I overfilled, and I'm just using my go-to jewellery drill, again from Amazon. I'm going to link some individual products below, but then I'm going to have my Amazon storefronts. Now, it is long, I get it, you don't really want to go searching, but in my Amazon storefront, there's a jewellery section, there's a UV resin section, there's silicone moulds I use, there's heat tools I use, there's loads of different pages. So they're individually kind of labelled in their own page. So if you do ever want to look for anything, then go for the Amazon storefront. But I'm going to try and link individual products that I've used in the current video directly at the top of the description box, so you don't have to search for them. They might not be there right now. If you go right after this video, I'm not gonna lie, they might not be there, but I'm gonna spend the evening getting those ready. Look at this, like, this is what I'm talking about, this aesthetic with the rope going through the hole, right up my street. Now, initially I did put the rope through the front of them. In the end, through the back. I put the rope through the back, but in the end I put the rope through the front, and it actually makes a significant difference in the end result, in the way the knot forms. And I like it this way around. So putting the rope through the front first definitely gives me a much neater finish on the rope that you're using. Now, I didn't stop there because I couldn't. I was just a tad obsessed at this point, and I actually mixed up some fresh resin, like nicely fresh, just mixed resin, and I did some more. Now, I'm going to spare you the details. You've seen it in this video already. They came out so much neater. It was fresh resin, so it wasn't thick, it wasn't going off, it wasn't thick and gloopy, but yeah, they came out so much neater, and I didn't overfill on any of those center points, so I was really happy at this point. The only thing I did do was try and get rid of any excess mica powder on the silicone mold, because no biggie. If you don't do this, no biggie at all. But the second you start to handle the silicone mold, when there's mica all over it, that gets everywhere. It literally gets everywhere. You'll find it on your hands for so long. And yeah, I decided at this point, do you know what? And this chameleon powder from the Tiny Turner is so intense as well. I just wanted to clear it as much as possible. The green, oh my gosh, the green I was so excited about. This is the Tiny Turner pigment in the, what was it called? It's the green one. It's the green one. I think it's called Nature. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. We've got gold, we've got blue, we've got green. The colour shift is intense, and the sparkle, sublime. Now, I'm not gonna lie, cameras don't lie. There's definitely still some air pockets. Even though the resin was super watery and flowed like a dream, there are still some air pockets around the holes. So again, did I spend the time making sure that that resin was there? No, I didn't. No, I didn't, because I just thought it'd be all right. But spend the time doing it. Don't be like me. Now, the next 6, we have got some floating interference. I didn't use tape, so in the first lot you would have seen I covered up the rest of the mould so that that Inferno powder didn't go over. And did I do it the second time around? No, I didn't, because I didn't think, did I? And look at this. Now, I'm not angry about it, I'm not mad about it. I quite like it. I quite like the fact that some of that green got into the purple, which was the next row along. Some of that green floated over, static. I didn't see it in there. This stuff is clever. You can't actually see it with the naked eye sometimes, but it has interfered with the results of the purple. Similarly, the purple has interfered with the results of the Inferno. So again, I quite like them. I quite like the fact that some of the purple seeped into the Inferno and some of the green seeped into the purple. The only ones here that are perfectly clean are the green, because they're the first ones I did. So this is just a real example of what happens if you are using chameleon powders on a multiple cavity mold to cover up any cavities that you're not currently working on, because trust me, I did not see the debris that had floated over. So, but how cool does it look, the green and the purple? I love that. I think it's a real happy accident and I'm not angry about it. But this mold, I'm telling you, there is something. I want this larger. If anyone knows where I can get this mold but double the size, not the hole, I don't need the hole to be double the size, but like double the size, a real chunky rounded pebble with a hole in the middle that I can wrap a nice gorgeous chunky rope in. Yeah, everything about these right up my street. I am fully, you've missed it. I know you've missed it, guys. I'm obsessed. Yeah, love it. Let me know if you've got this mold and if you get the same sense of satisfaction from how tactile they are. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. I just wanted to show you a little Amazon haul and have a little time in the craft room because it's been so long. If you are interested in anything, check it out below. I appreciate you all so much, and thank you so much for your understanding in me taking, like, I think I've had like a whole week now, or a week and 2 days of a break on YouTube, and I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.